My name is Lena Welch. Everyone says I'm beautiful, but I ruined my face with a knife myself. The moment she saw me, my twin sister Lydia Welch broke down and demanded to know why I disfigured myself. In my past life, she was addicted to stealing deliveries. When our 7-month pregnant neighbor Julia Wallace caught her, she pushed her down the stairs, causing 2 deaths. She arrogantly claimed she was a famous influencer and that 2 lives meant nothing. She threw out $500, sneering, trying to scam me for money? Who knows if that baby was already dead? Maybe your family's just paying for all the sins you've committed. Later, when Julia's husband Ashton Wallace came to the door with a knife, Lydia hid in fear but deliberately tricked me into coming back. As soon as I reached the doorstep, Ashton, in a mental breakdown, slashed my neck artery with a knife, killing me on the spot. After my death, I was scorned, and everyone said I deserved it. My parents, Emmett Welch and Anna Welch, chose to cover up Lydia's crime. Lydia even pretended to apologize on my behalf and got together with my boyfriend, George Lewis. The couple's account they started gained traffic and made a lot of money. In this life, I ruined my face. I want to see how she plans to steal my identity and slander me now. My name is Lena Welch. Everyone says I'm beautiful, but I ruined my face with a knife myself. The moment she saw me, my twin sister Lydia Welch broke down and demanded to know why I disfigured myself. In my past life, she was addicted to stealing deliveries. When our 7-month pregnant neighbor Julia Wallace caught her, she pushed her down the stairs, causing 2 deaths. She arrogantly claimed she was a famous influencer and that 2 lives meant nothing. She threw out $500, sneering, trying to scam me for money? Who knows if that baby was already dead? Maybe your family's just paying for all the sins you've committed. Later, when Julia's husband Ashton Wallace came to the door with a knife, Lydia hid in fear but deliberately tricked me into coming back. As soon as I reached the doorstep, Ashton, in a mental breakdown, slashed my neck artery with a knife, killing me on the spot. After my death, I was scorned, and everyone said I deserved it. My parents, Emmett Welch and Anna Welch, chose to cover up Lydia's crime. Lydia even pretended to apologize on my behalf and got together with my boyfriend, George Lewis. The couple's account they started gained traffic and made a lot of money. In this life, I ruined my face. I want to see how she plans to steal my identity and slander me now. Did you hear? A social media influencer in the neighborhood committed murder, and the victim was a pregnant woman. 2 lives lost. I just saw the pregnant woman's husband with a knife, eyes red, rushing toward our building. I just got to the elevator and heard a few neighbors talking. I was slightly stunned, the sharp pain of my neck being slashed still faintly lingering, as if the tragic scene of my death in the previous life was still vivid. At this moment, Lydia called. As soon as the call connected, her anxious and dissatisfied voice came through. Lena, what are you dawdling for? Why aren't you here yet? Do you want me to freeze to death? Hurry up and get over here to open the door. Hearing her overbearing accusations, my hatred almost overflowed. I suppressed my hatred and perfunctorily said, I'm at the entrance of the community, coming up right away. Lydia doesn't like me and always acts commanding towards me. Even so, I still spoiled her and tolerated her because we are sisters. Since childhood, Anna always told me to give in to Lydia, but I never expected that in my past life, she was the one who caused my death. In my past life, right before I died, I only heard her viciously say in my ear, Lena, why do you get to make a fortune and have an obedient boyfriend, while I've lived in your shadow my whole life, always inferior to you? Only when you're dead can I have everything that's yours. She was born frail, so later she blamed all her misfortunes on me, saying I stole her luck. In my past life, after she killed someone, she tricked me into taking the blame. We are twins. The victim's family saw my face and directly slashed my neck, killing me on the spot. Reborn, I saw Lydia's true colors. This time, she's the one who will die. In my past life, I accidentally went viral with short videos and became an influencer with millions of followers. Meanwhile, Lydia was expelled from kindergarten for her stealing addiction. Yet, she shamelessly moved into my newly purchased apartment, spending my money and living carefree. She spent my money but still wasn't content, often stealing others' deliveries in the neighborhood. One day, she was finally caught red-handed by Julia. But instead of admitting her mistake, she pointed at Julia and yelled, what are you shouting about? Haven't you ever had takeout? Someone as pathetic as you living in a fancy neighborhood must have sold yourself to get here. Julia angrily snapped back at her, you're a thief and still so arrogant? Such an uncultured brat. Lydia had been spoiled since childhood and couldn't stand being scolded by others. She directly pushed Julia down and mocked her using my name. She arrogantly said, I'm the influencer Lena Welch with 1 million followers. I make more money in one live stream than your life is worth. Eating your takeout is doing you a favor. Julia was bleeding heavily, and Lydia was forced to follow the ambulance to the hospital. Julia ultimately couldn't be saved, resulting in 2 deaths. Lydia just threw out $500 to humiliate others and left. She mocked, you still want to scam me for money? Who knows if she was carrying a stillborn? Maybe your family has done too much evil and is now facing retribution. The next day, Ashton came with a knife seeking revenge. Lydia, scared, hid but deliberately lied to me, saying she lost her keys and asked me to open the door for her. Feeling sorry for her standing in the cold winter wind, I immediately dropped my work and rushed over. But as soon as I reached the doorstep, I was struck in the carotid artery by the mentally broken Ashton and died on the spot. At the moment I took my last breath, George arrived just in time, carrying the trembling Lydia out of the stairwell and comforting her. After my death, I was scorned, and everyone said I deserved it. Emmett and Anna chose to cover up Lydia's crime. Lydia pretended to apologize apologize on my behalf and got together with George. The couple started a joint account, gained followers, and made a lot of money. Thinking of the tragic death in my past life, I let out a heavy sigh and took the elevator malfunction sign from the storage room beside the elevator to block off both elevators. I had just finished setting up when Julia's family came storming over. They glanced at the elevator and then quickly headed upstairs via the stairway. I put the sign back in its place and then leisurely followed upstairs, unable to stop the corners of my mouth from lifting with each step. As soon as I reached the corner of the 5th floor, a piercing scream came from upstairs. I didn't even need to think to know that the victim's family had already found Lydia hiding in the corner of the 6th floor stairwell. Listening to Lydia's cries, I felt secretly pleased, hiding behind the door to watch the scene unfold, just like she did in her past life. Lydia clearly didn't expect them to come up the stairs. She didn't have time to react before Ashton grabbed her hair and dragged her to the hallway stained with Julia's blood. The intense pain made her scream repeatedly. Ashton roared angrily, "Bitch, think being an influencer makes you special? You killed my wife and child, and today I'll kill you. We waited so many years for this child, and you destroyed it. Why wasn't it you who died?" The others joined in, dragging Lydia, punching and kicking her as a group. Their commotion was so loud that people from the same floor and upstairs and downstairs came to watch. Lydia usually acted arrogant, and the neighbors all disliked her. Hearing she caused someone's death, the neighbors cheered as they watched her get beaten. "This bitch is usually so arrogant, she deserves this karma. In the 6 months she's been here, we've lost so many deliveries. Finally caught her. Poor woman was 7 months pregnant, now both she and the baby are gone. Truly heartbreaking. These influencers really think having money makes them special." Lydia was beaten black and blue, left curled up on the ground, crying out repeatedly, "I'm not the one who caused the death. I'm Lena's sister, Lydia Welch." In a brief pause from the crowd, she trembled as she took out her ID card and an expired teaching certificate, then opened the real name verification on my short video account. She said, "The big influencer you're looking for is Lena. I'm her twin sister, Lydia. This has nothing to do with me." Ashton took the phone to watch my live stream, comparing it with the outfit his wife wore yesterday, which was exactly the same as in my video, and only then did he let her go for now. He still stared suspiciously at Lydia. Seeing this, Lydia immediately got up and called me. She said, "I'll call the real culprit over right now." After saying that, she called me. Seeing that I didn't answer, a look of impatience flashed across her face and she muttered curses under her breath. I just found it funny. I thought, how vicious must my own sister be to go so far as to force me to die for her. Seeing her anxious look, I finally stepped out. Looking at Lydia with a bruised and swollen face, I pretended to be shocked and concerned as I asked her, "What happened? Who did you offend?" She didn't answer, her gaze filled with resentment. "Lena, I heard you stole someone's delivery yesterday and knocked over a pregnant woman, causing a miscarriage. 2 lives gone. Now her husband has come looking for you. You're so vicious. Why are you still wearing a mask? Are you afraid of being recognized?" Ashton, upon hearing that I was the culprit, grabbed a knife with bloodshot eyes and charged at me. "You're the murderer. Today, I'll make you pay with your life." I was already prepared and swiftly dodged to the side the moment he swung the knife, moving cleanly and decisively. I asked with a puzzled look, "What are you talking about? I'm a live stream seller and have been out of town selecting product all week. Did you mistake me for someone else?" Ashton thought I was lying and cursed. "You shameless woman, stop pretending. I have surveillance footage of your crime. You call yourself the big influencer Lena, acting all high and mighty. Who else could it be but you?" Lydia chimed in. "Lena, admit it if you did something wrong. Stop pretending." Seeing that everyone had already decided I was the murderer, I looked at Lydia, who was gloating on the side, and asked, "Lydia, what are you talking about? You've been living in this apartment all along. What does this have to do with me?" As soon as I finished speaking, everyone turned to look at Lydia. She clearly didn't expect me to call her out so directly, and a trace of disbelief flashed in her eyes. In her eyes, I had always been the sister she could manipulate at will. Now that I suddenly got smart, she was naturally flustered. She immediately teared up, accusing me with a choked voice, "How can you slander your own sister like this? I am your own sister. I'm absolutely certain the person in the video is you. We're twins. You deliberately wore a mask today to trick me into taking the blame. You don't dare show your face and want everyone to think I committed the murder." Those who were hesitant before all started condemning me. "Oh my god, this influencer is so vicious, even daring to frame her own sister. It must be her. People like this deserve to be executed." Ashton seemed to remember something, scrolled through his phone, then held it up in front of me. It was a screen recording of a video call between Ashton and me. In the video, I had delicate makeup on and was wearing the exact same outfit as I am now. I arrogantly shouted, "Your wife and child are dead. That's your family's karma. What does it have to do with me? Call the police? What a joke. The PR and lawyers I hired for a hefty price are the best in the industry. As long as I play the victim online, you're the one going to jail. In this world, money is everything." He also presented evidence that the number was registered under my name. He said, "I checked. This number is registered under your real name, Lena. In the video, you're wearing the same outfit as now. You can't deny it." Ashton splashed paint all over me and spat at me angrily. "You bitch. I'll make you pay with your life." The scene got intense, and with the call video and hallway surveillance, people around hated me even more. This woman is so vicious, she deserves to die. Rich people think they can do whatever they want, ignoring lives. These influencers are so shameless. Who knows how she earned her money? Probably by sleeping with people. Lydia saw everyone attacking me, glanced at me provocatively with pride, but there was a hint of disappointment in her eyes that I hadn't died according to her plan. Just then, George came up. He chose to ignore me, covered in paint, and walked straight to Lydia's side. He gave me a disdainful glance and said, "Lena, what have you done again? I always tell you to leave some room in what you do, but you never listen. Now, karma's here, isn't it?" Then, he turned to Ashton, speaking sincerely. "My girlfriend has a bit of a wild personality. If she did anything wrong, I apologize on her behalf." His words once again made it clear clear to everyone that I was usually someone with improper conduct. As for Lydia, the moment she saw George, her eyes instantly lit up. She pretended to be aggrieved and said, "George, Lena caused his wife to lose her baby, resulting in 2 deaths. Now that he's seeking justice, she's actually making me take the blame." Hearing Lydia's delicate sobs, George immediately held her tenderly. Then, he looked at me helplessly and disappointedly, saying, "Lena, I always thought you were just willful and domineering, but I never imagined you'd be bold enough to take a life. You've really let me down." Watching the two of them work together, I felt a wave of disgust. The man who always loved me and my own sister conspired together to scheme against me. Ashton saw George criticizing me, and now he's convinced that I'm the murderer. He said, "What a stubborn bitch. Even your boyfriend has come forward to expose you. My wife and child are dead. You don't deserve to live either." As he was about to slash at me, I dropped to my knees with a thud, tightly grabbing his hand holding the knife. Then, I took off the mask on my face. The moment everyone saw my face, they gasped.